everybody, welcome to another episode of Clixing It. This week we're doing what figure you like to play but you can never seem to get worked out. Richard, Dan, Jerry. This week we're adding back Tyler from the Batman anime unboxing, and we're introducing Dwayne here for the very first time. So
your camera doesn't break.
Yeah, hopefully. So we all have that one figure that we. So we all have that one figure that we like to play or like the way their mechanics work, but for some reason we just never can seem to get that one figure to work out. It seems like everybody else can get them to work out, but whenever one of us play it, it just doesn't work out in our favor. So Tyler's going to start us off. He's got two, so we're going to start with him, go around, and then go back to him for his second one.
First one, let's do Hydra Cap. Because, he was the one figure, one of the top 3 figures from that set everybody wanted.
I still want him so bad.
I was lucky enough to pull him, and then I'm so excited to play him, and then I'm like, why does he die all the time?
Well, what does he do that makes him such a big target?
Well, everything. I mean...
everything.
He gives Avengers people Hydra, and the keyword and the team ability, so that helps, and then... He's got some pretty good powers in there and stuff, but the thing that always messed me up was he's got charge and energy shield deflection on his first click.
Always a
he
great
has
combo.
ESD up top? I thought he had at least toughness.
No, he's
always
got
a
ESD.
great combo.
Oh, okay.
Well, he has ESD so you can get into battle so you can charge him.
Yeah, he got ESD, and then second click, the values and the power stay the same, except for he switches out ESD for combat reflexes.
So he's one you want to push to go up.
Yeah, and then he gets
When you're going
one-shotted
up,
because it only takes like 5
Well,
clicks
he's only
to take him
75
out.
points, yeah?
Yeah,
But doesn't he have like a
something
12 attack precision strike?
Yeah,
So-
something like that.
He's not your ideal lead attacker, but
No, he's
that's-
definitely not. And then because of all the Avengers Hydra stuff that he does, he's like such a big target.
Yeah.
Because he's got Avengers, Hydra, and Shield team abilities.
all going on at once.
So it's like he's pretty brutal.
But yeah, that's one of those combos like we've talked about where it's charge and ESD or running shots and
Combat
reflexes
reflexes or
or
something.
steal energy with running shot. It's like, I know they kind of do that just to make him more balanced, and like I said, maybe he is just one of those figures you want to push to get up there because then he does.
I've tried that; it doesn't work.
But at least he has.
You just gotta hide him behind a lot of dudes.
But at least he has an 18
Meat shields.
defense, so it's somewhat up there. It's not a 17 that's a little more squishier, but
The
it's a
one
higher
time
defense.
I kind of got him to work, I just had him pilot the Quinjet the whole game.
Yeah.
But then
fair.
you're 75-point pilot for the Quinjet when he should be out beating people up.
And do people still get all of his traits and everything, even though he's in a vehicle?
Even though he's off the board, you still get all his fun
Is it like
stuff,
kind of like
but-
a during force construction thing?
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
Because I don't
But-
have him.
Because I think I played him
He's a chase.
I played him in like 3 or 4 different local tournaments, and I'm just like, I give up.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, we've all been there. So we got Hydra Cap. Richard, what's yours?
So mine is the Rare Prime War Machine from the Incredible Iron Man set. He is 245 points, and he starts off with damage power where you can basically give him a double power action, and he can do 2 actions as a free action. So every time you do that, he's all like, haha, I'm gonna go, and then he just whiffs super hard. And then he's double tokened, so he gets murdered.
And isn't he like 200 points or something?
He's 245.
Yeah, so that's a lot
He's
to put in there.
yeah.
Not only is he 245, he also just took your prime slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
That's
and yeah,
rough,
and
too.
I forgot when I just looked it now, and yeah, it's a double power action to give him the 2 actions. So you're imagining this glorious alpha strike, and
Powered at least.
what's that?
He is
willpower.
willpower.
Yeah, he does have willpower. Yeah, he's got willpower. He has sharpshooter, RIP. He flies.
But the problem with those
He's 10 clicks long.
those figures that are that much, especially with this one, he's not power cosmic, so he can be outwitted.
Right.
So that's his big Achilles
Yeah.
heel is, okay, I have 245 points. Oh, you just outwitted my defense and I
Right.
took 5? Shit.
Well, that's
Another
kind of like, too,
5.
the whole double power action thing with, like, Justice League strategy game Darkseid is like, double power action to make all these parademons, and now I gotta wait a turn before I can start hitting you. And that was the same thing with his nuke bomb or whatever. It's double power action. You see through everything, and you go through all their defenses, but then again,
You're stuck.
now you're stuck
Yeah.
for a turn because you gotta clear.
So yeah.
Need somebody
But anyway.
with cheap leadership that shares the keyword.
Super cool, rare prime, super excited, and then he's about as good as Rhodey in Civil War after he takes a vision beam to the chest.
Well, and like with the points alone, I mean, I know like he'll never be in a world scene, but I know a lot of venues play 300 points. That's 75% of your points right there.
Yeah.
Bigger games with him.
Even at 400 points,
clunks.
that's 65% of your team.
Yeah.
That's a lot to invest for not a lot.
Well, I think the game's changed a lot too because now you're not gonna like today. You're not gonna see another 245 point figure.
Yeah, that's a large.
No, like
at least
you can get 5
like
dudes
an
for that.
The newest War Machine's half that. He's 125.
Yeah.
At least not if they make them that big. They have power cosmic or quintessence or something. Or it can't be outwitted or something like that to help them out
or
or
something.
something. Yeah. So mine is a Superman, unfortunately, and it's
Of course it is.
It is, and it's the God of Strength Superman. I'm drawing a blank on his points right now, but it's over two.
It's 200.
Is it 200 on the dot? Yeah. But it's great. He's got a 10 charge, 12 attack, 18 invincible, 4 damage, and one of his white powers is that if he is hit by a close combat attack, you can make that character re-roll one of their die.
Doesn't he get to hold 2 objects too?
Yeah.
He does,
Oh,
yes.
And he's quintessent.
Yep.
Yep.
But for some reason, he just always... But the problem is his dial just drops. So he does get, like... I mean, later, like halfway through his dial, it's like goes to a 16 toughness with Flurry, but by that time, people are already, aiming up to finish him off there. So he's really got a good probably 2 or 3 first clicks, and then he's going to just junk after that. But it just seems no matter what I do, he always gets targeted first. I mean, he's one of my heavy hitters. Or else when I make someone re-roll their die, it either improves their attack or they hit the exact same thing. Rarely, I think maybe once or twice have I made him miss with that. But he just... I mean, the problem I have with close combat people is that I feel like Heroclix is more of a ranged game than anything. Because, you can outwit from range, perplex from range, proud from range, everything. And the only thing that really stops range is stealth, but how many stealth busters are there out there nowadays? I mean, so many, or things that give you like exo specs. Who? Manta.
Yep.
The Green Lantern barrier
like 40
wall.
points of
My favorite one
goodness.
is the troll from the Mighty Thor set.
Yeah.
She just... You're next to me, I'll give you improved targeting through hindering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the rare one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old lady Barbara Gordon from the Batman anime. She's like, hey, all the police see you.
But it's hard to win with close combat figures as your...
Well, it's like, why would you run up and punch me in the face when I could shoot you while you're way over there?
And he has...
so you can't charge
He
me.
has range, but like I said, he has nothing to go with the range. He doesn't have hypersonic. He doesn't get running shot. It's just basically... Like with Cap there, it's charge up, and then if you miss, you just get... He's vulnerable, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, when you play those big points,
At least you can't outwit him. Like him.
Yeah, you can't outwit him.
Right.
And you can't Psychic Blast him because he's got Invincible.
Yeah.
But most of the time, people are hiding behind, 20, 30-point figures, so that's the only way you can get through there. And then if you take that character out, then their big beef sticks comes out and just... I think I've played him like 3 times and he just dies on turn 4 every single time. But like he does have the double object thing that's nice, but can you use both of them with him? I thought he had something like that you can only use one with it.
Yeah.
So...
But then you don't have to go get another.
Yeah.
So the Thor I have is similar where you can pick up, but he can actually use both of them.
Yeah, like the Crisis Superman is great because that one had charge flurry with both objects, but now you can't flurry with objects. But that's mine. So unfortunately, I had to pick a Superman because he's just one I want to try to make. So because he's Apocalypse theme.
Again, it's a figure we're excited to play.
You're emotionally invested in this figure. Like same thing with Hydra Cap. It was like, oh cool, I actually pulled the one chase figure everybody wants.
Yeah.
And damn.
He's also the one everyone wants to kill.
Yeah.
Exactly. Jerry, what's yours?
Okay, so my figure going off the emotional investment was. It's pretty much all the old Spider-Men from like Universe, Clobber Time, Infinity Challenge, I think.
So every Spider-Man created
all those really old, because their whole thing was they got leap, climb, incapacitate, and Spider-Man was like my guy, when I was a kid, and so I would go into Heroclix tournaments trying to have Spider-Man
I'm
kick
gonna
ass.
leap
and it just
climb.
doesn't work.
Nope.
Well, and if we were playing by the
Sit
old
there.
rules, you know, wasn't how did pounce work again? Because you had to have leap climb. Remember the
Yeah,
pounce
I remember
feat
that.
card?
Yeah, you.
It was you could move an attack, I think.
Yeah.
With it.
But it was just in a generic attack, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So you couldn't use.
In
Well, that was
In cap
before
or
you
super
had
strength or anything like that
anything
with it.
special. So it was, you
Yeah.
could move and then you could actually move after. I mean, attack after because kind of made it in charge in a way.
Yeah.
Leap climb, damage value 1 or 2 is your prerequisites. Choose a character.
Wow.
Give this
There you
character a power
Yep.
action. Move
1
that
or 2
character up to a
damage.
speed value and make a close combat attack as a free action. After resolving
God.
the attack, that character takes 1 unavoidable damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, one on one.
For 15 points.
For 50.
Listen.
Yeah, that's right. It was a really expensive card.
Listen, you can attack with leap climb, but it's gonna cost you
A lot.
Yeah,
But
you did.
It's gonna hurt.
You did get
yourself.
+1 attack, +1 damage while using
Yeah.
it, but still.
So if you had 2 damage, you could get 3. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. But I feel back
But for
then
15
too,
points?
there
Yeah.
weren't
And
a
hurting
ton of people
yourself.
that had moving attacks.
Yeah.
A lot of it was stationary
Or
attacking.
reducers.
What? That's when
Yeah.
TK was king, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
You
you
could
always
throw-
play. You started your team with a TKer.
Yeah.
Well, still
you could
back
throw
then there
someone.
was Spider-Mans all the time, but there was very few you saw play competitively.
Yes.
And that was my
And-
problem.
I would always want to play Spider-Man, but I didn't want to lose all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't think of
That's my
any
plight.
pre-White Power or Spider-Man that were worthy to ever play.
because it was hard to fit
The
all the
ori-
kind of things he
maybe the
did.
The
Six
original
point
black suit
Yeah.
Spider-Man, because he had 18 defend.
That's right.
Yep.
That's the one with the Vendetta, the arch rival. Click.
Yeah,
With
the dial, the
Yeah.
colored dial.
Yeah.
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 Was it like red?
Yeah,
or
because
orange or
18
something?
defend back then was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
could never hit those Fire Lords.
Yeah.
That was like when the original KCGL and KC Flash
Yeah.
came out too. That's why they were so insane. They had a printed 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his is, if you're talking Green Lantern, it's printed 20 with Invincible. It's like, awesome.
No, we're talking about
No,
the original.
Like
Oh.
the super old
It
one.
was
super
printed
old.
20
Oh, yes.
with willpower.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And back then, it's like,
It was
why
like-
do I even
Oh, yeah.
bother to
It was
attack right
what
now?
12, 10, 24 running shot TK willpower
Yeah.
range combat expert. Why do I have this useless storage?
It
of
wasn't like a
knowledge?
10 range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then he had the old KC power where if you
If you
tried to
tried
go
to
next
base
to
them,
him,
you had to roll.
one or
Like
two
my
back in
cousin.
the day,
Yeah.
and you couldn't base them. So yeah, Spider-Man. But like I said, back then they wasn't really.
It was
It
such a
wasn't a
common
mobile
thing, too.
attack game back then. It was just set up, attack, and then just in a shootout. Then
It'd be nice to see someone with a trait of leap, climb, and senses, and then give him his other powers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, what's yours?
So it was the first fig I bought when Jerry introduced me to Heroclix. It's the Prime, uncommon Prime Anti-Venom.
Oh,
It's like
nice.
you got charge, blades, super senses, traded shape change, auto breakaway, and that awesome outwit where it's just every within 2 squares in line of fire. I just pick a different power and you just can't use it. Every time I can't roll shape change super senses, and he gets nerfed in one shot. It's like, there goes 100 points.
Yeah.
Awesome. And he's like 10 attack top dial. I'm like, I can do this. Blades. Oh, it's a 1. Awesome.
And no willpower.
Nope.
Or indom.
Nope. Which
But-
sucks.
But
So-
didn't he have some
He
sort
had
of support?
cancer when he had
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but Mr. Negative changed that, so he didn't, and then that's how the white suit came along.
The guy have a break.
That's true.
Didn't he have support in
At
his
the end,
style?
at the end, yeah.
So he turned into a support figure.
Yeah,
At the end.
which was cool, but it was just I was like, awesome. This outwit's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Gonna come at you. Gonna just run up, hit somebody, and then I'll boom break away.
You forget to do that trait thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing
When
that
you
I
forget things, it just sucks.
Yeah.
when they
You have
have so many different powers. But that's the thing that I've learned with Venom or with any kind of symbiotes is that if you're not getting those shape changes and super senses, it's
Oh, yeah.
game over because no reducers. I mean,
That's
Poison
why I'm
that.
excited for the new Iron Man, because he's at least got 1 click of invincible top
Yeah.
dial.
and then there's ways around shape change where it's either Pulse Wave or Battle Fury, and now Precision Strikes in there to get rid of, technically get rid of super senses.
Or
but-
Clea, she can just her trait is when she targets somebody, you just can't use shape change.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, even with the new Venoms coming out, I've got a couple of them, but it's hard to make a good competitive Venom team because they're all close combat, and if you're not making your set,
I think
their
a lot
shape
of that
changes-
too is map choice. Like if you can
Yeah.
pick like that Heroclix map where it was like the slaughterhouse where it's literally just all wall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Or like even the
Haunted
Teen
House.
Titans one where it's the tower and there's just a bunch of walls. There's a
Yeah.
middle spot that's all open,
What
but
was
still
it?
there's so many corridors.
Because wasn't that slot the map I'm thinking of? Like the most you're ever gonna get is like 6 squares before you hit a wall.
The
And it was like the 2 main corridors. Like,
There was a
here.
smaller one. There was a haunted house on one side, like a cemetery or something on the other.
Or was the
side.
old prison map where it was like
Yeah,
this,
the prison
this,
map.
Yeah.
This
Oh, the
was
prison
basically
map was
not
dope.
used, and this
Yeah.
was just one alleyway of death.
I always use the original Deadpool set, the Dead House or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That
With the
one.
teleportation.
That one had. I mean, well, no, there wasn't teleport, but like
Okay.
you had to come in the house on one side, and there's a lot of walls.
Oh, okay.
Good choke points.
Dwayne, what's yours?
Mine is not really a character that I really wanted to play, but I like the idea of him. He was pretty powerful. It's Sabak.
Oh, is that how you
And-
say it?
Sabak, or as I call him, Sackback.
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 But, you know, I was playing it the first time. I had it all set up. First attack of the game, I go in, crit miss. And then he gets beat up.
So it's
And
not.
The
So it's
next
not
game
anything.
I played,
Well, he gets whiffed every
I'm not
time.
sure if it
Yeah,
was the first attack, but I went for my attack and I crit missed. And this guy just did not want to work for me.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
and
It's
if you don't
not
know
a-
his dial, he has Charge Flurry, and it's only a 9 attack. But this is Arkham Asylum, so back then 9 attack was still somewhat relevant. But did he still have Flurry after on his second click?
Yeah.
He did. Okay, but still,
His
you crit.
powers first 2 clicks were the same. He just got like +1 attack.
Okay, because this
Went
was
from
back
9 to
when
10.
you would, if you flurried and you crit missed on your first one and you lost flurry, you didn't get to resolve your action. But if you still had
Well,
flurry, you would
no, it
get
was still when, if you crit miss even in your first one, it was over.
You were done.
As soon as you crit
Yeah.
missed, you were done.
Oh, even if you got flurry in your second click?
Well,
Yeah.
the flurry on second click didn't really matter because, you know, you lose. A
You
crit
took
miss means your
damage.
turn
Okay.
is done.
Yeah.
Action's done.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I played Dwayne a couple times when he played Sackback, and every time his first attack, always.
Yeah.
Always.
So
he'd
it's
be a
nothing
crit
about
miss.
the character design, like the dial design. In this case, it's just your dang luck.
So then what you gotta do, Dwayne, is
I'm not very
adapt.
compatible working with a demon, I guess.
So what you gotta do is adapt, and then you gotta play Madness,
Or mixed Heroclix.
so that when next time your crit miss is actually a crit hit.
No
you
battlefield
go.
condition.
Do something
No
extraordinary.
battlefield
DFCs.
condition.
No, what you gotta do is you gotta play him with mixed Pitilix and Tree Lane at the same time.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
And
go.
you're just
Never,
swapping dice.
never gonna miss.
Until he rolls ones for his die power and then can't get out of it no matter
No,
what.
then he's
I
gonna
would
be
be the
rolling
one that
crit
would
hits.
do it.
Then he's gonna be rolling crit hits on his dice.
And then we'll end it with Tyler's second one because he really wanted to mention this one also.
Colossal Carnage from
Yeah.
Mighty Thor.
Oh.
Like, no matter what combination of like points and planet of the symbiotes I like team him up with, he gets, I don't know, it's like 1 or 2 turns is all I get with
Well,
him.
it probably goes with the comments
Yeah, we were just saying with the
said about
Venoms,
the
if you're
symbiote.
not getting
Like,
that shape
Well,
change,
it's not even that, like, because it's
there's no reducers for the
that
amount
and
of points you're putting
he's
in.
And
real
that's the
big
thing.
too.
And, well, yeah, he's easy to hit too because he's just so big. But like, if you play the new super rare Venom, you can at least put something on him.
Yeah.
Like equipment, like you could give him the Iron Hulkbuster torso. Well,
Yeah.
now you have Invuln. Can't do that with Carnage. He's a colossal.
Yeah.
Well, and doesn't he have combat reflexes?
Yeah.
And can't you just, even if you're adjacent to a colossal, make a ranged attack?
Yes.
No, it was
No,
the other
it's
way.
the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Colossal can
Okay.
shoot you.
Yep.
But
So
yeah,
it's just
I mean,
like-
combat because even on some of his front dials, it's combat reflexes.
Yeah, or
And
energy
it's like
shield.
the only way you really try to take out colossals are from range. You're not trying to get up
Yeah.
close to colossals
It's just,
Unless you're Magog.
unless you're Magat.
and then you're just like, oh, go
He doesn't
this.
care.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
To your first dial.
But
Yeah, I just, and that was another one. Just so emotionally invested because that was another one like a lot of people wanted.
You pulled
it.
it.
Was so cool. I
remember-
pulled him out of a booster. I geeked out so
Yeah.
hard, and it was
I
funny
would too.
because that day my team was like 10 points short, and I'm just like, oh, Colossal Carnage. Oh, 10 points.
And
All
everybody's
right,
like,
I'm done.
I remember that
And
too
then they were
because
like,
there's one booster left, and
Yep,
you're like,
that was-
I'll take the chance and buy it. And then you cracked it open and saw red and like,
Hey.
Carnage, done.
And then he died a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Then-
Cletus, he didn't get to kill much.
At least
Oh,
he
poor
will look
Cletus.
cool
And then
on
on
the
your
show.
point
Yeah.
is that if you know everyone else wanted him, you actually want him because you wanted him.
Yeah,
Not-
I
you
didn't
really
want him
care
because
who
he
else
was like,
wanted him.
oh, he's going to be on a Worlds team. No, I want him because I like
I was
that
so mad
character.
about that. Yeah, I like Carnage, and I'm like,
This
oh,
is-
he's going for $90. Cool.
I'm waiting until that cools off. It's like, well,
So like in 5 years.
Well,
Yeah.
when they
retires,
rotate
so-
out.
Yeah.
When he
When they
rotates out.
or I'll get lucky and maybe someone will post it and not that many people will bid on it. I'm like, click, there we go.
Yeah, snipe it.
For me, fighting Carnage would be just like fighting Groot. You want to take him out because he generates too much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I love Groot.
That's stupid.
Popping out
loading
all the wood.
You love wood? Got it.
Anyways, well, it's coming from Groot. Fuck it.
It's just like I've played Carnage at obviously the 10-point Colossus Retaliation. I've played him at 100 points. I've played him at 2. Haven't played him at 3 because he starts with like running shot on the 300 points with like a 4 range, and I'm like, yeah, that's very useful.
Yeah, with a 4 range.
I'll get right on that.
When your colossal reaches 3.
Yeah.
So you're basically just getting one.
You get one more square.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Hey.
I've played them with, the Planet of the Symbiotes edition, so you can, like, pull symbiotes off to, like, heal them, too. But that's, like, beginning of your turn, so it's like, oh, I forgot. Well, now I'm screwed. And he's going to die.
Forget.
Yeah, just don't. That's what Jerry was. I
Yeah.
always forget to say. It's like,
Same thing,
I have this
man.
awesome outwit. Oh, I didn't use it. Dang it.
Yeah. So that was another one.
Because it's just not outwit. It's just you can't use it, which is great.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hi, you're Power Cosmic? I don't
It's
care.
Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
Balls of Fury.
Balls.
You're such a good time.
Hey, at least he's only 100 points. He's not. He's
Oh,
not
Balls
Fury.
of
He's
Fury.
not-
I traded
no.
him for so cheap when the set came
Oh,
out.
why?
Because I didn't know. I got him back, though,
What's
eventually.
worse when someone just used a bat spell for 14 points and, hey, you can't use your Power Cosmic. Oh, now I'm going to outwit you.
Well,
Yeah.
or you get Forge for 90 point. Hi, I'm going to neutralize you. You don't have anything. That happened to me. That was really sad.
No, that's Impossible Man for me.
I like
I
that.
loved Impossible Man.
You played him that one time, and I went out and bought one.
Yeah, because real quick, because we're getting on a different subject, but Impossible Man is if you roll his 20-sided die and you target a character, if they can use that power on their current dial, they have nothing. So, like, let's say I rolled Gray, and the guy has leadership. He has no powers at all. So, and it is no team abilities, too. And that's how I took out Phoenix Force Cyclops. Because his trait is leadership.
Yep. Yeah. that's
So
his
he
whole
doesn't
thing.
have the color, but he has the power
Yep.
of the color. So he had nothing, outwitted him, did 4 damage to him, and then killed the rest of them because he still didn't have powers. It was great. So that's our episode there. If you guys have a figure that you've always tried to make work but never have had to, put them in the comments below, and then we'll see you guys on the next one.